Ready to record in 3, 2, 1. Welcome back to the Comic Book Bullies with Nerd is the New Bully. I'm your host, Leroy, with my co-host.
This is Eli.
No funny nicknames this time?
The Barbarian?
Okay. Damn it. I gave it on you and I didn't say anything. Shit. We'll move past that. We already fucking up. So yeah, there's a brand new episode. We got a whole bunch of times we're gonna run through. E3 hits, so we're going to take a little bit more time than normal on the video game section to talk to that. I'm excited for it. I know Eli don't give a shit, but I'm going to talk about it. But before we get into all that, we do want to talk about another celebrity death that passed. And yes, Eli, it actually is official this time.
Is it official?
It's official this time.
Oh, now I am sad.
Right before we just started recording. So that is Bushwick Bill, member of the rap group named the Ghetto Boys. Some of you may have heard them, some of you may not have heard of them. I'm pretty sure it's at least one song you've heard of.
If they've seen Office Space, then they've heard this song.
I've never seen Office Space.
Oh, really? Damn, yeah. It feels good to be a gangster.
I heard it was a good movie, but I'll go back.
It's fine.
Okay, people keep saying it's like a classic like that. Isn't the guy from like Beavis and Butthead made that movie or something?
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
Okay, all right, back to Bushwick Bill. Okay.
Yeah.
The reason there was so much confusion going on today because on Instagram, Scarface, which is also a member of the Ghetto Boys, posted like 11 o'clock in the morning saying, "Rest in peace, Bushwick Bill." Then somebody else came out saying, "No, he's not dead yet. You know, he's still hanging on." But then around like 10 o'clock or so like that, then they officially made a statement. Like the same publicist said it came out that he passed. So, yeah, like I said, Bushwick Bill, part of Ghetto Boys. Ghetto Boys is a classic group. A lot of you probably never heard of Ghetto Boys because they never reached the height of other rap groups, mainly because they're from the South. So they didn't have, they came around the time when New York pretty much ruled hip-hop. And
L.A. too. I mean, as NWA was...
Well, that's what I was getting to. That's what I'm getting to. Like, it was New York first, and then it kind of migrated to the West Coast. Yeah. But the Ghetto Boys were from Texas. They were in the South. So they kind of like lived in Houston, Texas. They kind of were in their own bubble where they didn't get the notoriety these other groups did. And then on top of that, the Ghetto Boys didn't have a radio sound. And that was the point of them. Because like I grew up, well, I not grew up, I'm still here, in the South listening to rap. And a lot of the rap that we listened to from the South couldn't get played on the radio because they had its own very specific, back then, rap was like really regional. Like New York had its own sound, the LA had its own sound, NOW and stuff like that, and the South had its own sound also. So the stuff that was gonna play in the South then couldn't get on the radio. The first real group to break out in the South pretty much was Outkast. Other than that, UGK, A-Ball, JG, 3-6 Mafia, Ghetto Boys, all those guys like that, you probably never heard of them because they had a very specific regional sound that wasn't going to get played in the mainstream. But down here, we ate that shit up. Everything they had, we loved it. Ghetto Boys drop a new CD or new tape out at the time. We wear it out till they can't even play anymore. But, that's how it was. Basically, it was before their time. That's all I want to say.
Oh, yeah. Also responsible for one of the illest album covers of ever.
Yes, I'm gonna let you talk about the Eli because I've been talking about too long. But I know what you're talking about. I'm gonna let you talk about it.
Well, there's that's a real photo of, was it Bushwick Bill accidentally shot himself in the face?
Yes.
And he's being wheeled in on a gurney at the hospital, and they took a picture of it, of him on the gurney with the fucked up face, and
damn it,
used it for an album cover.
Why is that not on the banner?
Why is it not on the banner?
It will be. It will be. I will correct that mistake. Thank you, Eli, for that. That will be fixed.
And I know most of the people listening to this don't know what the fuck I'm talking about as far as black metal and the band Mayhem for having the most fucked up album cover. But I'll say, hey, Bushwick Bill didn't die when he got shot.
Right. And that's what, honestly, I'm glad you brought that up.
Bam!
I'm glad you brought that up because, honestly, I was like, Bushwick Bill's still alive? After all the shit he been through?
Yeah.
I'm like... And like I said, he's a pioneer because a lot of people want to talk about Peter Dinklage and stuff like that. He's also a little person.
Yeah.
Who was doing this stuff like back in the 80s and stuff like that. And honestly, one of his verse on Mind Playing Tricks on Me, one of my favorite verses of all time. Haunting. Like you think about it, it's like since you play during Halloween, you're like, oh wow, that is really messed up. That song is very weird. That is a song that when you listen to, you're like, oh man, these guys are crazy. But the older you get and the crazier life get in your mind and your perspective change, you're like, that song makes complete sense.
Oh yeah, and it's just like they led to like what would become horrorcore, and like what the Juggalos do now, and Necro, and well, the Gravediggers were, they had that dark kind of horror element to some of their songs.
The thing was, they weren't over exaggerating. They were like realistic, but it was so realistic stuff they were talking about. It sounded haunting, Yeah.
Bushwick Bill was calling himself Chucky and shit.
Right. Oh yeah, he got plenty of pictures where he's next to a Chucky doll and stuff, Yeah. So yeah, I think we talked about it long enough. But yeah, we're definitely gonna play a Ghetto Boys song at the end. I probably know which one I'm gonna leave out with, but we'll see.
Size ain't shit. No.
We'll see.
Which is funny because he says size ain't shit, but then he also says as long as you got a big dick, which kind of contradicts what he's trying to say.
I don't want to read too much into that. I'll just go with you on that one. Yeah, so rest in peace, Bushwick Bill. Also, something else that messed up that happened like right before we started recording. I want to make sure that David Ortiz, we wish him well. Apparently, he was shot in a Dominican Republic nightclub tonight. Got shot in the
David
leg.
Ortiz, the ball player?
Yes, Big Papi.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, he got shot tonight. So
damn, what's up with people getting shit? Dude, I was just at Taco Bell like an hour ago, and someone across the street got shot.
Was anybody famous?
I don't know. I mean, I haven't. Well, who's famous from here now?
Besides Prince,
Atmosphere. Who's there? Like who's famous from here now? What's that one? The albino.
You know what? The crazy shit happened at any Taco Bell though. It's always like at a Taco Bell, such and such happy. Like,
yeah,
what the fuck, man.
What's that albino? I'm from here, and I can't remember my own rappers' names. The albino Muslim. What's his name?
I don't know.
Something Sage. What is that? His name? Sage. I fucking forget. I don't know. He's from here, and I guess he's huge in hip hop.
Hopefully, he didn't get shot. So.
No, I don't think it's him.
But at the same time, you shot Big Papi in the Dominican Republic in the leg. You're not making it out of there. So rest in peace, whoever that guy was, because he's not making it out. I'm doing that ahead of time.
Yeah.
So yeah. That being said, can we move on to the podcast? We got so much stuff we got to run through.
Yeah, man.
All right, let's actually get into it. Let's get down to business. Let's get into it. Honestly, the reason we took so long to record because I was listening to some Ghetto Boys before we got started. So. Yeah, let's talk about the box office numbers. We're gonna jump into it. Eli, give it to me. What is the #1 movie of the week?
I don't know. Did X-Men do it?
No.
Oh, okay. They couldn't do it, huh?
They couldn't do it. Out the gate, the first week, they couldn't get #1. I think it's the first time an X-Men movie couldn't do it. I think it's the first time a superhero movie couldn't do it this decade. Like,
just ain't the 90s no more.
This ain't the 90s anymore. This is, oh man, it's rough. Anyway, the #1 movie this week is The Secret Life of Pets 2. X-Men couldn't beat that. Wow.
Damn.
So, yeah, #2 is Dark Phoenix, of course.
Oh, well, yeah. Okay, good job.
Not good. 33 million in its first weekend. That's not good.
That's sad, yeah.
That's really sad. #3, we have Aladdin. #4, we have Godzilla King of the Monsters. We have #5, Rocket Man. #6, Ma, which you also saw.
I saw Ma. Yes, okay, I did.
We're going to talk about that one also. #7, John Wick Chapter 3, Parabellum.
Damn.
#8, Avengers Endgame. We'll come back to that one in a second. #9, Pokemon Detective Pikachu. I'm getting better at it, okay. And #10, Booksmart. I keep hearing stuff. I basically hear it's the female Superbad.
Yeah, I want to see it.
Somebody famous made it. I think.
Was it Olivia Wilde?
I think so.
It's her directorial debut.
Yeah, I think so. So good on her for making that. Let's look at Avengers Endgame because I'm hearing this close. I'm hearing this knocking on the door. Oh yeah, that's what I'm gonna call myself. Yeah, I'm Leroy, the one who knocks. Shout out to Adam Wade Adams. He called me that on the YouTube channel the other day. I don't even know what that means. I don't watch the show, but oh well. Worldwide, Avengers Endgame is right now 2.7 billion. Oh shit.
Okay. So rap tapping on the chamber door.
It's right there. Some people don't think it's gonna get it, but it's close.
Yeah, okay. I've been thinking about seeing it one more time in the theater, just because. Just that.
Just to say, fuck you, Avatar.
Yeah, well, that, and it's like the last time I saw it, even though I was like, damn, this movie is kind of long, but still, that ending battle that's the big payoff, and to see that on the big screen again would be worth it, I guess.
And I think what happened was I think you watched them back to back too close together.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah. So now that they kind of spread apart, you may get not a new sensation, but a little bit fresh in your eyes when you watch it again. But yeah, Avatar right now is at 2.788 billion, and Avengers Endgame is at 2.73 billion. So maybe next week, maybe 2 weeks from now. I don't know. I was gonna see it in IMAX, but I can't even find an IMAX theater even playing it anymore.
Oh, really?
I mean, those IMAX theaters, they kind of rotate them out like pretty quickly anyway. So yeah, so I really want to watch it again. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, Eli, let's go ahead because you saw some movies.
I did see some movies.
You saw X-Men. Nobody else saw X-Men.
I saw Dark Phoenix in IMAX.
In IMAX. You saw Dark Phoenix in IMAX. So, fuck it. Spoilers. Just go with it. Just tell us. At this point, does anybody really care?
Yeah. I mean, well, okay. And y'all know I ain't the biggest X-Men fan. I could give two fucks about the X-Men.
Right. We were almost this close to putting it in the band topics.
Yeah. But hey, I thought this was okay. I don't think everyone's talking like it's the worst, shittiest movie ever. No, I don't think so. I might actually like it more than Apocalypse. Now that I think about it, maybe because it was short.
Let's get this shit over with.
This movie is not long, so that was cool. But action-wise, there's some cool shit. It looks cool. Like, I think the main thing is there's nothing to give a shit about in this movie. And maybe that's just me. Like, there's no emotional attachment in this movie. Like, this movie just goes through the motions. It's got the cool effects, cool action. All the actors are fine. I love fucking Fassbender and McAvoy as Magneto and fucking Professor X. I love them too. Everything's there. It's fine. It's just there's no like dramatic weight to anything. There's nothing. There's no attachment to it. And I don't want to compare it to like Endgame or what Marvel does. But what they've done so well, which was so minimally. This was the minimalist approach that Marvel did before they added on all the fucking money and effects, was they made you give a shit about the characters.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? This does not do that at all. It just sort of goes through the motions. It's like somebody's reading you the synopsis of a movie. You know what I mean?
So let me ask you this. Who do you blame for that?
You know what? I was thinking about that. This is Simon Kinberg. Kinberg, is that his name? Simon Kinberg?
Uh-huh.
This is his directorial debut.
Which I think is bullshit, but I'll go with you on that. Okay.
He's been producing and writing for a long time. This is his first feature length. I think he's directed like a Twilight Zone and maybe a TV something somewhere. Like uh-huh. But this is his first feature length film directorial debut. And I wonder how this would have been if Matthew Vaughn directed it.
Right. And here's my thing. Like I said, I haven't seen Apocalypse yet, but I really think
Apocalypse.
Apocalypse. Dark Phoenix.
Dark Phoenix.
Dark Phoenix. I'm getting my X-Men movies mixed up. Okay, so I haven't seen Dark Phoenix yet. I'm gonna get around to it eventually, but I'm not like rushing out to see anything like that. But I really think that Kinberg probably had a hand in directing Apocalypse also, because everybody says Bryan Singer is a piece of shit as a human, but as a director, he's pretty awesome. And there's no way you can make me believe that Bryan Singer made a piece of shit movie like that. That seemed like something an amateur would do, and I'd almost guarantee you that Kinberg probably had a hand in that too, or some shitty amateur director had a hand in making Apocalypse. There's no way Bryan Singer would make a movie like that.
Yeah, because it's just bland. It just goes through somebody telling you the plot, like somebody's reading you like the Wikipedia entry of the synopsis of the plot. So yeah, the X-Men go to space. Jean Grey gets the fucking power. She turns shitty. The X-Men have to fight her. The end. That's about how as interesting the movie was with someone. You know what I'm saying? The equivalent of somebody just telling you about it. You know what I mean? Like there were some scenes where I'm like, you know what? They should explore this more. Like like when they went into space, like right off the bat, they're in space in the first 5 minutes.
Yeah.
You know, and they even talk about, we've never been to space before. I'm kind of nervous, blah, 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 blah. We're just kids. What are we doing in space, you know? And that's like that. You could explore that. There's some drama to be had there, but they're like, fuck it, let's go to space and get the shit over with. Right. You know, then they come back like, okay, you know, there's this thing between, you know, Mystique and Professor X were like, hey, you're using these kids to further your agenda. Like, wow, that's, you know, your exploitation, child labor laws or whatever.
Right.
You're
Which
like,
we
hey.
joked about on the show before, but it's glad somebody else is pointing that out.
Yeah, and like, okay, that sounds interesting. Let's explore that. Nope. Let's keep moving. Like even the easiest thing, which would be like the love story between Cyclops and Jean Grey.
Right.
You know, you'd figure they'd go there because that's pretty easy, right? Teen love, all that shit. But no, they like, hey, I like you too. Let's move on. You know, and that's basically what it keeps doing. There's this really cool scene that got fucked up where Jean Grey finds Magneto and his little, you know, his Genosha. Fucking hip. Yeah, it's not Genosha. It's some little private island and some.
Okay, because I heard somebody say the private island was called Genosha. You know, because
was it?
I don't know. I don't know. You know
it looks
X-Men
like
movies do bullshit like that.
Yeah, it looked like it was upstate New York somewhere. So I don't know. But yeah, she shows up and is basically asking Magneto like, hey, like how do you not? You got all these powers. How do you not be an asshole, basically? Like, how do you keep the darkness, you know, subsided? How do you, you know, not be a dick, basically?
Right.
You know? And I was like, wow, again, that's some drama that we could explore. And like, nope, the army shows up with helicopters and like, yeah, who gives a fuck, you know? And that's basically what the movie kept doing. Like every time like you were interested in something and you'd wish the movie would explore that, it would just like, no, we're done in a half hour. Let's get this shit over with, you know? And then the last scene, the big climactic battle on a train was cool. That was some cool superhero action shit where everyone got down, they're all fighting and shit. All the X-Men had their fucking Nightcrawler. Yeah, Nightcrawler like goes off. That was probably my favorite part. And again, like you think, well, you know, because Nightcrawler basically says "fuck this shit" and starts kicking ass, like kicking mad ass. It's like when Anakin in the Sand People in Episode 2, like he finally loses it.
Wait, what?
You know, yeah, Nightcrawler like loses it. You know,
the born again Christian.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. I'm like, wow, they could establish his story arc throughout the movie, and like. Okay, now he's reached a point of fuck it. I'm you know, I'm in the red. I'm boiling over. It's time to go off. But no, just out of the blue, he just Nightcrawler's mad, so now he's kicking ass. You're not with them. There's hardly any Nightcrawler throughout the whole movie until that point. You know, again, they didn't establish these story arcs, this dramatic thread, any character development. Nothing. There was none of that.
Eli, you saying it's not a dumpster fire. But the way you're explaining it makes it sound like a dumpster fire.
But it looks cool. Him kicking ass looked cool. Like, okay. Wow, this is cool. Like, he's kicking ass. I wish I really felt why he's so mad, you know, make me see why he was so mad and so angry.
Nightcrawler, it's like a betrayal of the character. It's worse than Batman killing.
I know. It's like, yeah, and I know. I was like, yeah, what made this, you know, this little goody two-shoes Christian always going to church every, you know, all of a sudden want to go off, you know.
But that's kind of like a core aspect of the character. Like, he looks like a demon, but he's a man of God. You know, yeah. That's the whole thing. So.
Yeah, and I was like, yeah, like I said, the movie had a chance to explore all these ideas, which is what I thought X-Men did, you know. Mm-hmm. I thought that was the core of the nature of their whole legacy and their mythology was, you know, bringing these parallel connections to race and class and all that. And this movie just, nope, let's just tell this story, you know, this epic tale that one of the most popular comic stories of all time. Let's get through it. We got 90 minutes to do so.
Which is probably one of my favorite story arcs of all time, and they just fuck it over. Which honestly, why I'm not really too excited to watch this movie.
Yeah, it looks
the same
cool,
guy
like I said.
that wrote this, like Simon Kinberg wrote this movie. He
wrote
also
and
wrote
directed.
The Last Stand.
Okay, and wasn't that supposed to like start the didn't they introduce, or what the fuck happened? Wasn't Dark Phoenix in that?
Yes.
Okay, because it's been so long. That's Juggernaut, bitch, right?
Right, that one. But he stole it from an internet meme. Like, oh man, you guys are terrible.
Yeah.
They just redid it again. Like, oh man,
yeah,
really?
It said written and directed by Simon Kinberg right at the end.
Oh wow, he's proud of that shit too.
Yeah, I mean, just like I said, it looks cool. Everything's there. It just goes through the motions.
I think he's the reason Marvel can't jump into more X-Men movies like immediately, because they're waiting for his contract to expire.
Yeah, I think, just give him a breather, and whatever. But other than that, I mean, it was fine. Like, I'm like, it wasn't totally shitty. I mean, there was some entertaining sequences, and I just wished I was more invested. That's all.
I mean, but Eli, it doesn't seem like anybody's invested. Even the people that made the movies. So, like I said, by next week we'll have forgotten this movie ever existed. It doesn't even really matter. This is when you're 10 minutes left to clock out of work and you clock out and that's it. This is your 2 weeks notice. Nobody cares.
And that's the thing. It's unfair to just compare everything to the MCU because they've just, we've been spoiled. We expect these great superhero movies, and when one comes along, especially something of a beloved franchise and a beloved story arc like this one, I think the expectations are justified. You know what I mean? Kind of. It's unfair that they're ending their contract. The Fox doesn't own these characters anymore. I can see people saying I don't give a fuck and blah 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 blah, and comparing it to Marvel. Like, hey, this is a big deal. It's one of the biggest comic books of all time. One of their biggest story arcs of all time. You'd figure that they would have gave a fuck a little bit.
Like I said, like people complain about DC Universe underperforming. X-Men underperformed. Like they should be killing it right now. They could, and they had X-Men and the Fantastic Four. They could have did some big shit with that. Franklin Richards, the son of whatever the folks, he's a mutant. There's a lot of shit you could have did with that. They have Galactus, Silver Surfer. There's so much shit they could have did. They could have been bigger than the MCU if they put all that bullshit together. And they had Daredevil, but whatever. So I don't know. I still
think for me, First Class is my favorite.
Yeah, I mean, they've had some good ones. I'm not gonna lie. There has been some good X-Men movies. My favorite is Days of Future Past. I think Days of Future Past.
That was good too. I like that one.
I think it's by far their best one they've made. Of course, there's solo movies even better. Logan, the Deadpool movies.
Oh yeah. Are we gonna count those? I forgot about those.
You gotta count those. You gotta count those.
Well, damn, I gotta rethink my whole thing.
Right. So there has been some good ones. And you gotta think about like those movies they've made. Those are movies that Marvel can't make.
Yeah.
They can't make Logan or Deadpool and things like that. But I just think the overall potential of what it could have been is wasted. Dark Phoenix? This what you do with Dark Phoenix? Like you got Infinity Gauntlet and you got Dark Phoenix. I thought Dark Phoenix was a better comic book arc than Infinity Gauntlet. But you got Infinity Gauntlet and Endgame making billions and billions and billions of dollars, and it's just, nobody cares.
Yeah. Well, because they took the time. They took the time to make you give a shit.
Right. And that's the thing with Dark Phoenix. You just can't just throw it in a movie.
Yeah, it took them 10 years and 20-something movies, but, we gave a fuck, when Iron Man of all fucking people died. You know what I
mean? So, oh, man, I don't know. So, just slap a rating on it. What do you give it?
3 out of 5. It's fine. It's fine. It's not great, but if you're expecting great, I understand if you're expecting.
Now let me just rephrase that, because like I said, you gave it a 3 out of 5. Now 3 out of 5, that's a 60%. On Rotten Tomatoes, technically that is a passing grade. So you would give it a fresh rating on Rotten Tomatoes?
A fresh rating?
Yeah.
Sure, fuck it. I don't give a, I'll troll them shits. Yeah, go see it shit. 98%.
Fuck it. Okay. And you got one more movie. I may or may not be interested in it.
Dude, I don't want to spoil this. You should see it.
Okay. Well,
I don't want
to. Just give a rating then.
It's a 4 out of 5 for me. I'm a horror guy, so I wish they push it a little more. And that's my only That's my only critique. I wish they went for it. You know what I mean? They pushed the envelope a little more as far as gore and violence and shit, and make her more psychotic. That's my only complaint. But from what I saw, it was fucking great. I mean, I was the only one in the theater laughing my ass off.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, Octavia Spencer, holy shit. Seeing her act all fucking Looney Tunes like this, yeah, it was creepy. And, you know, she was fucking all with all these spoiled, you know, high school kids. I thought it was funny. I was like, that's what you get.
Okay. Recommendation from Eli. So go see Ma first, then go see Dark Phoenix, whatever. Yeah, so, all right, moving past that, now we can actually talk about something else. We can talk about, let's talk about DC one more time, because DC is always fucking up. Apparently their boss, who is their boss now?
It ain't Jeff Johns.
No, he need to be, so they can stop fucking up, but no, not that guy. Toby Emmerich, I think he's the Independence Gate guy.
No shit, really?
Yeah, I think he's like running DC right now, or Warner Brothers or something. He's up there.
Okay.
And he talked about what he's doing now, and basically the same thing he talked about before, because we've already talked about this like damn near every other episode. But for some reason, it's making news now that they're moving away from the, you know, from the teams and the crossover movies, and they're just gonna do just standalone movies. That's it, the same way they did Aquaman, same way they did Wonder Woman, the other movies coming out. Standalone movies, just crank those out and be done with it, and that's it. You know, people still said, "Why don't you give me Man of Steel 2? Release the Snyder Cut," and all this bullshit like that. Guess what, fanboys? You're the reason they're doing this. You caused all this shit. You didn't go see Man of Steel. You didn't go see Batman v Superman like you wanted to. You didn't go see Justice League. So basically, you told them that, okay, we're spending too much money on these movies, so we're just gonna just dial it back some. So yes, did Shazam make a whole lot of money? No, it didn't. But guess what? They didn't spend a lot of money either. Same way with Birds of Prey coming out. They didn't spend a lot of money on that. Same way with the Joker. That shit looked cheap as fuck. But guess what? All the movies gonna make money. That Melissa McCarthy movie, they didn't spend money on that shit.
Oh yeah, that looks cool.
Everybody keeps forgetting about that. But yeah, that money's gonna go right in DC's pocket. So that's what they're doing. What they're doing is they're dialing back on their budget. They're not doing. Aquaman was like the last of those type movies. Aquaman was the end of an era.
Yeah.
You know, maybe Wonder Woman will be some kind of big fiesta extravaganza or something like that. Or maybe it'll be dialed back just like the rest of them are also. We don't know. But for the rest, most of the part, yeah, they've dialed back on these movies. They're not going to do, there will be not be a Justice League 2 for the foreseeable future. If there is, we probably won't be allowed to see it. You know, who knows when we get a Superman movie. They got Batman. They're probably just going to crank out just nothing but Batman movie because Batman movie's going to be cheap. He has no powers. Sorry, boys, but that's how it is. So that's my thing about that. Also, I want you fanboys to stop doing one thing. Stop fan casting because you suck at it. And stop spreading rumors around that you know are completely fake. First off, they're saying who might be the Joker in the new Batman movie. You know who they're saying?
Who's this now?
Macaulay Culkin.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Out of all people, Macaulay Culkin. And they keep spreading this shit. I think he can make it. Like, no, Macaulay Culkin. Like, first off, Macaulay Culkin is not even acting anymore. So, of course, that rumor is going to be completely fake. He's like a YouTuber now.
Is he?
Yeah, he's like on YouTube. He's on Red Letter Media. He was reviewing The Warriors the other day.
Oh, really?
It was actually a pretty good review. I was like, damn, he's actually pretty good at this.
No shit.
Yeah, he's like, he's coming from my job.
I love The Warriors.
I love The Warriors is an awesome-ass movie. Anybody who hasn't seen The Warriors, go see The Warriors.
Yeah, commentary. We should do a commentary.
We should do a commentary on Warriors. how much do you know about the novel and the book and stuff like that? Or?
I never read the novel.
Okay, I never read the novel either, but the movie, I know the movie back and forth. Like, Warriors, come out and play.
I got the Warrior. I got my Warriors towel on my wall. My brother picked it up when he went to New York last year.
Can you dig it?
Yep, hell
so many awesome moments in that movie. So yeah, but he reviewed that whole thing, and I was like, he broke the movie down. I was like, he knows his shit, you know. But they want to be the Joker. Yeah. So I actually posted a link to his review in the group, so you can check it out. What else we talking about? Oh, another bullshit fan cast that we need to stop talking about. The Rock. Okay. Yeah. Now, The Rock is going to play Black Adam. He already has his director, stuff like that. They're going to start shooting early next year. That's in camp. We know that's going on. But there's rumors about he's going to be in a Marvel movie, which he even said himself he wants to have a sit down with Kevin Feige to work out some details, iron out some stuff like that. And now they're saying he's going to be the Thing.
Really?
In a Fantastic Four movie. I'm like, well, the big thing about the Thing is that he's Jewish. So you really can't just, and it's like a big thing. It's not just like something you can just sideswipe and just move along, because like the Thing is based on like a Jewish like rock monster or clay monster like that called the Golem. So like his whole thing is that he's Jewish. So you just can't have The Rock either pretending to be Jewish or just ignore that shit altogether. No, you need to get a dude that looks Jewish, like pass for Jewish, and have him in there. I know Michael Chiklis didn't pass for that, but that needs to be a big aspect of the character.
What's his name? What's his name again? Fucking Superbad. Fat kid from Superbad. It's like
Jonah Hill.
Jonah Hill.
I don't see Jonah Hill playing Ben Grimm, but he could probably fit it better than The Rock.
Hey, it'll be CGI.
It'll all be CGI anyway.
He'll be just painted orange and shit.
Yeah, he'll be painted orange. So yeah, I don't know. We'll see what they do with the Fantastic Four movie. Sticking with DC, what else we talk about? Let's talk about one more thing about DC, and this is actually a big thing: Swamp Thing.
The Swamp Thing. Yes.
Swamp Thing. So let me ask you this: did you see the last episode?
I did.
Okay. Well, what you think?
I liked it.
Yeah, pretty good episode. You actually got to see Swamp Thing in this.
Yeah.
He showed off some Swamp Thing powers. I'm like, okay, they're jumping right into it. They're getting into it. It seems like I thought they were going to go with the Lin Wein thing where he's just like completely sci-fi. But they're throwing some supernatural Alan Moore shit in there. So, like they're combining both of them. So it seemed like pretty good. So, yeah. So the show has been getting great reviews on Rotten Tomatoes. Great reviews from, from fans. So DC, after the last episode, decided to cancel it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what you get, y'all.
Because
you like this shit?
Way.
Psych.
Right, it's the DC way. This show is too good. No.
Yeah.
This is above our standards.
We finally got a winner.
Right. Great.
Let's fuck it all up. What's that guy on The Simpsons? That one guy, that car salesman. Yeah. Oh no, I was right there, man. I was in the zone.
Well, let's talk about this for a second, because there's a lot of stuff, and there's actually some interesting stuff that's going on. Because now we're about to turn into the financial report. We give you your financial news.
Ooh, you're gonna break it down, huh?
I'm gonna break it down for you, because I've been on Twitter.
Mad money. Leroy's mad money.
Exactly. Whatever that guy's name is. Kramer? What is his name? Something Kramer? I don't know. Okay. So basically the reason now, Eli, we actually heard rumors about this months ago. That Swamp Thing
we did. Yeah,
we did, but we didn't say that because unlike other news sources, we don't report rumors. We wait until we actually get sources and things like that. So we've been hearing it better, but we didn't say anything about it. We wanted to see how it played out. But we had already heard things that Virginia Madison put on her Instagram, basically saying that she was upset that the show was canceled. This was like months ago. Mm-hmm. We heard reports that the show was supposed to be in like 13 episodes, but the executives came in and told them to rewrite the 10th episode, because the 10th episode is going to be your last episode. So those other 3 shows, forget those shows. And on top of that, they even had reports that they destroyed the sets. Like, you only destroy the sets when you know there's not going to be a season 2, and that's it. So we heard all those things. So obviously we know, okay, this is going to be the last season. And we heard this before the show even released. So people are saying that, oh, DC is doing this after the first episode. No, it's actually been a thing. Now, it would have been smart for them to announce this maybe like after the last episode. That would have been smarter or better. I don't know.
Or at the end,
At the end, as far as damage control thing. Because now everybody is pissed off at, DC for this. However, and here's where the financial report comes in. Because people are saying that now DC came out saying that the reason they canceled it because of creative differences. Apparently a hit show that's loved by critics and fans is not the creative direction they want to go. According to what they're saying, But somebody on Twitter, and I forgot the guy's name, he's actually from North Carolina, because the show was filmed in North Carolina. And basically what he's saying is that the state of North Carolina, because they got all these tax rebates and stuff like that. Anytime you film in like a location, like that's why Marvel shoots in Georgia, because Atlanta gets all these great tax breaks when they film there. So they're saying this guy on Twitter is saying North Carolina was supposed to give DC $40 million to shoot in North Carolina. You know, the show itself cost $80 million, but they said to get $40 million from it, it would kind of like eat the cost, you know, to make the show affordable for DC. But when it's all boiled down to it, they said maybe some paperwork's got messed up. Somebody didn't cross their T's and dot their I's like supposed to. So instead of getting $40 million, they got $14 million. So since they got $14 million, that makes the Swamp Thing show way more expensive than what they intended to begin with. Which is why they cut down the episodes, which is why they canceled the show, because the show is becoming too cost effective. Some people are saying also the streaming service of DC doesn't have enough subscribers yet also. So it doesn't.
And why did they tell us that now? Right. You stupid motherfuckers.
We're early adopters. We're dupes to begin with. So at least I am.
Well, this is the show that made, like I said, I subscribed last week.
But you're not the only one. You're not the only one. I mean, your story, I'm hearing that all over social media. People were saying that they were waiting for Swamp Thing to come out so they can, start their free trial or to go ahead and subscribe, and binge watch all this show. But they really joined in for Swamp Thing, you know. And then they hear all this bullshit. They're like, well, fuck it. I might as well just cancel it. Some people don't even want to finish the season. Because the thing is, Swamp Thing is going to play out the season. You are going to get the 10 episodes. They're not just stopping it from episode 1 and that's it, They're going to let it play out. But some people are like, well, fuck it. If I know it's not going to be a episode 2 and I know they rushed the 10th season, why even bother watching it? Why even bother getting invested with this? Yeah. Just cut it off and just, cut your losses.
Basically how I felt watching episode 2. I'm like, wow, they're taking time with this shit. Because maybe they want to build the mythology, build this show for a while.
Oh,
but then I'm like,
they're
not going to do that now.
Yeah, and that's the crazy thing about it, because there are so many Easter eggs in episode 2. Yeah. I'm trying to think on top of my head. Oh, shit. Blue Devil. Blue Devil is in there.
Yeah.
Okay. It's another, Madame Xanadu is in there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so they're throwing in a lot of Justice League dark characters in the show. They're building around the mythology of Swamp Thing, because that's what they did in the 80s with Swamp Thing. When Alan Moore switched him to Supernatural, he kind of like reintroduced all the supernatural people like Spectre and Etrick and the Demon and, all these other folks like that. He reintroduced them through Swamp Thing, and it feels like the show is kind of doing that also, since it's taking that supernatural element. So the show is building on that. Well, like I said, it's going to get canceled in a couple episodes anyway, so what difference does it make? Another thing, that Blue Devil guy, wasn't he from 90210?
Oh, yeah, that was, what's his face? Sharknado.
Yeah, and that guy looks the exact same.
Yeah,
everybody else in that show look old as fuck. He looks the exact same.
Yeah, him and Robert Patterson. Fucking eating baby livers and shit.
Like, what the fuck, man? Damn Daywalker. So yeah, that's my thing about that. So yeah, it's a good show. But here's the thing. Now, even though all that financial bullshit I just said, North Carolina actually came out with an official statement. They said, and like I said, we getting all his he say, she say, all
wasn't
like
me.
That. Yeah, wasn't me. Right. They said they never promised them $40 million. They said they promised them from the beginning $14 million, which is exactly what they gave them. They said the program they had, to cut taxes, to do film and stuff like that, because it wasn't just them, somebody else got it also. They said the program itself only allows $30 million per year anyway. So where DC got this $40 million from, they're pulling them numbers out their ass.
Or something like it didn't include the pilot or something.
Right.
Or one of the, some fucked up,
Like the pilot got way more money than the other episodes did. And like everybody's saying that. So somebody's lying. Somebody's full of shit. Mm-hmm. Who knows? We don't know. I'm gonna say DC, because they already came out with that creative differences bullshit.
Well, they're and to announce it after the first fucking episode is stupid. That's another fuck up.
Right. Like, even if you did fuck up, cover your fuck up.
Yeah. They could have fucking saved it till the end, or not announced it, or went and looked for another location or whatever.
Right.
You know what I mean?
You fucked up your fuck up.
Yeah. You don't tell the people that just subscribed and only for this fucking show.
Right.
Or keep advertising. That shit keeps popping up on my feed.
Yeah, like, why is it keep advertising when you already canceled it?
Yes. Check out Swamp Thing season 1 streaming now on DCU, and like, just look at the comments.
On the
Of those
they're eating this show alive.
They're like, yeah, why should I subscribe when you already canceled it, you dumb fuck?
Right, they're tearing this show a new asshole to come. Every time I see it shows up on my feed, I go right to the comments because I know it's gonna be hilarious.
Yeah, I was like, it's the dumbest shit, man. Like, God, you know, they finally had something cool.
I'm really rooting for DC, Eli. I really am, but
I was too. I wanted to watch this shit. I was like I said, this got me to finally fucking subscribe.
Right. Because everybody shits on DC Universe app, and I love the app itself. It's a great app because, like I said, the comics alone sells it for me. And they putting out some quality content with Doom Patrol and Titans and Young Justice, so there's some quality content on there. Swamp Thing, you know, but
yeah. And this is like this is HBO or like a regular TV network or whatever. This is an app. You have to subscribe to this app for their exclusive content.
But here's where they also fuck up. Yeah. The app isn't available everywhere.
No, it's not on my PlayStation, which pissed me off.
It's not on the PlayStation. It just became available for the Xbox like about a couple weeks ago. Yeah,
I had to get on the fucking Fire Stick, which isn't connect. I don't have a fucking, my Ethernet going into my fucking Fire Stick.
Right.
So sometimes the streaming fucks up and buffers and shit.
That's what I'm saying. And then on top of that, DC Universe app isn't available outside the U.S.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so the people around the world, we talking about all these shows, Swamp Thing, they've never seen it. They don't know. And people keep wondering, like, okay, well, how did Titans get on Netflix, overseas? Because DC sold the distribution rights to Titans to, Netflix overseas. So they actually made more money on Titans with Netflix than they did with DC Universe already. That's the reason Titans are getting a season 2.
Yeah.
Because it already paid for itself. Because they know when it's done, they're just going to sell it to Netflix. But they're making no money off DC Universe. Now they tried to do the same thing with Doom Patrol and Swamp Thing. Netflix like, nah, we're good. Just give us Titans. So that's another reason why Swamp Thing isn't getting a season 2, because they can't sell it to Netflix. It's not going to make any money. And probably Doom Patrol is probably going the same way. It's probably going to get canceled also.
And no one realizes that Netflix is like in debt for like billions of dollars.
Oh yeah. Where they get their money from, who knows?
They're just like in debt. Like they're just pumping all this content out.
Yeah, because they're just buying up everything.
Yeah. And just putting everything out and no one watch. Like there's so much shit to watch. I can't keep up.
Like, why are they putting out so much stuff? Like calm some of this stuff down. And then they're going after these big names and the Oscar, like you watching a rom-com and Keanu Reeves pops up like that. Like, well, how much did that cost? Like, who cares?
Yeah. Yeah. And who's watching it, And
right.
Yeah.
But I like that. So I like that segue. Can we move on to the next section?
Sure.
Okay. Now, the next section, I'm going to bleed them together because this actually we're moving into the video game section. And I'm going to lead off with Netflix. Because the reason I'm doing it because they just dropped the newest episode the newest season of Black Mirror, which is season 5. There's 3 episodes on there. I've only watched 1. And that's all I'm going to watch because after the first one, I'm like, I'm done. Now, the reason it's moving to the video game section because the first episode is about video games.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And yeah, but it's very weird. Okay, so who's starring in this episode is Anthony Mackie, the Falcon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And also, I can't remember the guy that played Black Manta.
Black Manta?
In Aquaman.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I can't remember his name. Something. The second. That guy. You know who I'm talking about. Okay. So their guy, and then they, so Anthony Mackie, married, kids, housewife, but the marriage getting kind of boring. He starts having a wandering eye and stuff like that. Whatever. Black Manta, he's a playboy. He's got a different chick every night, stuff like that. So they love video games. They're always playing video games with each other online, stuff like that. They playing some Street Fighter ripoff type game called Striking Fighter, stuff like that. They play against each other. Black Manta always plays as the girl, the Chun-Li ripoff. Other dude plays as Ryu, stuff like that. So one day they decide to, they release this new video game system that's virtual reality. It's like you're there playing the game. So at nighttime when they're playing the game, Black Manta pretends to be the Chun-Li character. Other dude pretends to be Ryu, and They fuck.
Okay.
In virtual reality.
Okay.
Yeah, so his wife doesn't know about what he's doing at nighttime every time in the virtual reality world with his best friend.
Now, do they know that they're best friends?
Oh, yes, they know.
Okay.
Yeah, they know the whole time, so they have this like weird ass relationship. That's all I'm getting to with that episode, because it just gets wilder and wilder and wilder. I'm like, what the?
Oh, come on, man!
No, because I'm trying to delete this shit out of my head after I said it.
You brought me there. Now you're giving me blue
now
balls.
I'm thinking about it. Now I'm getting PTSD even thinking about that shit. Like, no, there's some shit you just don't do. Because he's playing video games every night with his buddy, and that's what his wife thinks he's doing. But really, at nighttime, since the virtual reality thing is so like at first they were just fighting each other. They were like, "Oh, this is real. I can feel everything in this." But then you know how Chun-Li does like her scissor kicks and like then they just start rolling the ground. And next thing you know, they're fucking.
Why are we fighting, man?
Right. So then the next night they don't even fight. Just at round one, fight, and then just go right at it. They don't even bother fighting. So I'm like,
they should just make that game, man. I'd buy that game.
They would be a trillionaire if they made that game. So now, because of Black Mirror, it is man law violation to pick a female fighting game character when you're playing against your buddy. Just don't do it.
Oh.
Chun-Li is banned now. So, oh man, wild episode. I'm gonna move past that. I don't even want to think about that episode anymore.
You gotta give it a rating. Give it a rating.
Oh shit! Do I have to give a rating? Oh man, it's such a fucked up episode, man. I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 5 just because it was created, but it's like really, really fucked up. You don't take something that pure, between bros, and pervert it and sexualize it that way, man. You don't do that, because now you're gonna be your wife might see that episode. Yeah, I'm gonna stay up night and play Street Fighter with my boy. Oh, are you now?
Oh, that's great.
Oh man, that's so fucked up, man. Let's move on past it. Let's move on to the E3 conference. E3 conference going on right now, but nobody showed up except for Xbox. Sony said, "Fuck y'all." Nintendo is gonna show up and show a new Pokemon game or something. Nobody cares. Well, I guess somebody cares. But Xbox showed up and they pulled out all the stops. Xbox was like, "We're here. This is our show." So they announced all kind of games coming out. They announced that Xbox Live coming to PC, like we talked about. They announced Gears of War 5 coming out. They finally, Eli, they had the Star Wars game coming out.
Oh yeah, I heard about that shit.
Have you seen?
I saw a little bit of it. Yeah.
Oh my god. It's made by the dudes that made God of War.
Oh no shit! That's what you're telling me, man.
Yeah. So I saw that. I was just like, I'm sold. I need it. Put it in my veins right now. Just pump it right into me. Let me drink this shit. So I'm waiting on the Star Wars game whenever it come out. And they got this new game they announced called Cyberpunk 2077. They've been announcing the game for like 5 years.
Oh yeah, I saw the preview of that too.
Yeah, it's this open world, whatever. But then they announced today that Keanu Reeves is in the game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then they brought Keanu Reeves out, and he had a conversation and telling everybody when the game's coming out. The game's coming out like next year, April, stuff like that. Oh, I'm sold. Like, I was on the fence there, but I'll get to play as John Wick. Okay, I'm sold. So, yeah, that's going to be fucking awesome. So, I guess this is the year of Keanu Reeves. He's just taking over.
I told y'all. I've been telling y'all for years.
He's been waiting on to come back. Like, he's been here, but he's like here now.
Yeah, Keanu Reeves is the illest. Tell him.
He really, if you really think about it, it's like Keanu Reeves like the last movie star.
Hey, he
like
can
John
be now.
Wick, yeah, John Wick isn't based on anything. People just going to see it because of him. He's putting butts in the seats.
Mm-hmm.
So that's awesome. It's like, damn. So the movie star still exists. So, what else we gonna talk about? I think that's pretty much it. I guess we can move on to the comic book section.
Oh, really? You're done with games already?
I guess I am.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I thought I was gonna be much longer than that, but
I was gonna go take a shit, but okay.
Yeah, I just thought about nothing else I want to talk about. So yeah, now we can move on to the actual part where we talk about the comic books. It's a Comic Book Bully podcast. We talk about comic books, and I guess the first book we're just gonna get this bullshit out the way. Let's talk about War of the Realms number 5.
Go ahead.
Yeah, 5 of 6. So we're almost at home stretch.
Oh.
Yeah, so basically how the book starts off is that Daredevil and Thor are flying to the sun. Okay. The reason they're flying to the sun is because Asgard was destroyed and was thrown to the sun by some bad guy, whatever like that. But apparently the Yggdrasil, which grows in Asgard, can still grow, so it's growing out of the sun.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Weird shit. So Thor flies into the sun, tells Daredevil to pin him to the tree, because if you don't, he's gonna try to, escape. I need you to pin me to the Yggdrasil, because apparently, like legend of Norse mythology, Odin chained himself or pinned himself to Yggdrasil to gain all kind of knowledge, well, all of his knowledge. So Thor wants to do the same shit, pin himself to Yggdrasil, but he got to pin himself to Yggdrasil in the sun. So he's like screaming out of pain. He's like, Daredevil, whatever you do, even though you have superhuman hearing, do not stop me no matter how hard I scream, So that's pretty much it. A bunch of other bullshit happened in between, but I'm not gonna get into all that. And at the end,
you should have said, "Yeah, War of the Worlds." A bunch of bullshit happened.
Pretty much. I'm not gonna get all the bullshit happened, but at the end, Malekith, apparently Odin and Frigga, whatever her name is, Thor's mom. Yeah. So they're still alive. Malekith is holding them hostage in the Stonehenge. And he's controlling Venom. Like he can just Venom. He's not all Venom, but like Venom can shoot out his hands whenever he wants to, and just torture them. And he's like, I want Thor to come here right now, but Thor can't come there because he's in the sun, But he's like, if Thor don't get here in blah 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 such and such time, I'm gonna kill you both. So Jane Foster, because she's the All Mother, she's like ruler of Asgard now. Like she's like, you know what? Even though I know Thor is not here, but there will always be a Thor. In fact, let's bring them all. And then she does some magic whammy, timey-wimey, whammy-bammy bullshit, and then the book ends. But the cover of the next book is like about 20 different Thors beating the shit out of Malekith. So, okay. And it's like every incarnation of Thor ever is supposed to fight Malekith in the next issue. Because I guess Jane Foster imagined them or whatever. I don't know. Now, as far as the bullshit that was in between, that it was actually pretty cool. I'm just not gonna get into all that bullshit because it was some shit like I forgot. One pretty cool thing, like remember those giant spiders that Ghost Rider brought from hell. He was like, "Well, I got to go somewhere else, so I'm gonna let somebody else control these spiders." And guess who controls the spiders? Spider-Man.
That makes sense.
It makes sense. So Spider-Man is controlling the spiders from hell, and they're just beating the shit out of people. So, I'm gonna give it 3.5 out of 5. I'm just ready to get this shit over with.
All right.
Yeah. So,
are we on Marvel? What are we on Marvel? You read Savage Avengers, right?
I did. You can go for it if you want. You can.
No. I don't want to take all the books. What other Marvel book did I read? Do I have any Marvel?
I'm gonna have some Marvel.
Oh, I read this Hulk, Last Call. I guess I'll talk about this.
Sounds so enthusiastic.
Yeah, this is the basically a one-shot getting the classic creators back together. You got Peter David, Dale Keown, known for their 90s run that everybody loves. Although
I love it.
Yeah, although I stopped reading right as it was getting going. I stopped reading Marvel right as this shit took off.
That run was like one of my favorite Marvel comics ever. Like seriously.
Yeah, I stopped. I stopped reading the Hulk and Marvel in general around then. I remember when the Hulk got gray. I remember that shit when they turned him gray and when they first turned him into Mr. Fix-It, and then I was like, fuck this, and I stopped. I started reading Spawn and Image and shit.
Not my Hulk.
Yeah, I just wasn't into sad sack Bruce Banner Hulk shit. The way that and that's kind of what
started going to therapy and shit. That was like, this shit is interesting as hell.
Yeah, I kind of wasn't feeling that. I guess maybe it's just a little kid thing. I mean, Hulk is from one of my favorites from as a kid, where he's just a monster fighting other monsters.
So you don't want to see him, on a couch with Doc Samson, ask him how you feel.
No, fuck Doc Samson. I always hated that motherfucker. So, but this one kind of bummed me out. Actually, it's kind of a bummer to read. Basically, it's I think it takes place sometime in the past. Bruce Banner calls up the suicide hotline. talking to this chick named Veronica, who I guess knows Betty. So there's a Betty and Veronica thing going on.
Okay. Okay.
But he's basically talking, he's bummed out. He's not with Betty anymore. And he's talking about how all the times he tried to commit suicide and all this shit. And then for some reason, Mr. Hyde shows up. For some reason, this chick, Veronica, is going out with Mr. Hyde. And he shows up and like, hey, baby, what the fuck? Who are you talking to or whatever? And the Hulk comes to the rescue and they fight. He beats the shit out of him. And then, yeah.
Just for those that don't know, Mr. Hyde is the father of Quake from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. She's in the comics, so all that is canonical. So, all right.
Okay. So, and then, of course, Deadpool shows up at the end. So I forgot to mention that. So he's on the suicide hotline. He's saying, hey, yeah, I've tried to kill myself a bunch of times, but I can't because I'm the Hulk. But I got this guy. He's gonna kill me if I give him the signal. This assassin's gonna shoot me in the head as long as I give him the signal. And then at the end of the book, he decides, no, I don't kill myself. He gives the signal not to kill him. And then it turns out it was Deadpool, who was like had Bruce Banner in his sights the whole time. Was like waiting for the signal to shoot.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So yeah, kind of a bummer. I mean, there's a thing about suicide in the back of the book. Touching on that whole mental health issue. Mm-hmm. But I don't know. I felt like the book kind of made light of it. I don't know. And suicide's a touchy subject for me. I've had family and friends, pass away from that. So right. The book just kind of bummed me out.
So basically, you're saying that they didn't handle it as delicate as they should have.
Maybe, yeah. I don't know. I just like, wow, this is, and it's just like, yeah, this Bruce Banner, yeah, puny fucking Banner. Jeez, Hulk, where the fuck are you? That's kind of how I felt about it, Like,
damn, okay.
So yeah, I give it a 3 out of 5. I mean, I'm sure that's the essence of Peter David's run is.
It was really about mental health. Like he really explored.
Mental
health.
Bruce Banner just whining and crying and shit.
Did you ever? Well, you didn't read the book, but it was one book because he had Gray Hulk and he had Green Hulk, so they both got locked outside of their cages and they started fighting inside of Banner's head. But like half of him was gray and half of him was green, like in the real world, and they was just beating the shit out of Banner. It was a weird fucking book, man.
And that's and that's what I'm saying. Like I love, like as a kid, I loved the Hulk as a kid because every issue was just him fighting a monster, or him fighting somebody. Yeah. Just that whole Frankenstein Godzilla element that I love. That's what I liked about it. And then I guess I by the time they got all serious, I just didn't care.
Like you said, but Mr. Hyde showed up in Peter David's run also, but they didn't even fight. They sit there and talked about how they're both dark and evil sides of each other and how they had these dual personalities because, he's Jekyll and Hyde and Hulk and stuff like that. So they just sat there and had a conversation.
Yeah.
And that was the whole book, so, yeah.
And I guess that's interesting, but I guess I was getting that mental health fix from the Max comics. Remember Images of the Max?
Yeah.
Yeah. I got maybe.
Well, he used to draw some of those Hulk books also in Peter David run.
That dude. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, Sam Keith. I might be fucking thinking.
Yeah, that might. Something. Yeah.
Something like that.
But this is. I'll give it a 3 out of 5. It would just bum me out. I'm sure it's really people might be interested in that shit, and I will give it like there's some elements of this shit showing up in Immortal Hulk which I'm really liking, and but there's that balance though. This was just a bummer. You know what I mean? Until the fight at the end. Which kind of comes out of nowhere, but I just thought it was, I thought it was sad. I was kind of sad.
Okay. Well, not his best work, but I'd still put Peter David's Hulk run against anybody.
He's coming to a con here this summer.
Oh, cool.
Peter David. I'm going to try and go and get my, what is it, Hulk 270? Which one is it? The one with Wolverine. I got that cover with Wolverine, he's got the Hulk's reflection in his claws. Yeah. That one. Yeah. I got that. I still got that shit. From when I was a kid.
I'm going to grab my book. If I come up there, I'm going to grab the one where he throws Rick Jones a bachelor party. His Hulk run was weird.
But that was in the beginning. That's when McFarlane was still drawing for him and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And he just, he started going like, I stopped reading right around the Vegas days, the whole Joe Fixit shit. That's kind of where I stopped. I stopped right around there. I'm like, the Hulk is a gangster, like with the guns and shit at the time. Like, what the?
It was
man?
awesome, man. I don't care. It was awesome. I don't care. We gonna just have to disagree with that. We put that in the bandbox.
I will admit, I started smoking weed.
Yeah.
And I was buying. I didn't have enough money for comics as like I used to. So I was spending my money on other shit. That might have been a factor on why I stopped reading some of my comic books.
Oh, man. I'm telling you, that whole run used to come out. I used to love that book, man. Every book, it was something weird like that, or he would shrink to like 6 inches, and he would be stuck in Abomination's ear, and he would beat him by saying that he's God. He would tell him to do certain stuff, and it was, man, so much weird stuff going on in that book, man. Loved it. So, it kind of reminds me of Alan Moore's Swamp Thing I'm reading right now, but I'll get into that next week or week after that or something like that. Oh, am I next?
Yeah, you are.
Let me quit talking about Hulk. Okay. Next book I got is, what's the next book after that bullshit War of the Realms? I guess we can talk about, Deceased. Let me talk about
I thought you went down Savage Avengers, man. You're still on Marvel.
Damn.
Oh,
okay.
You got it on the banner, man.
Okay, man. Let's talk about Savage Avengers.
You got Dark Phoenix and Savage.
Neither one. Okay, let's talk about Savage Avengers. Okay, so Savage Avengers basically starts off with about this Nazi that was fighting in World War II, but he got stuck in World War II, and he found what's the guy's name? Galacon?
That wizard?
Yeah.
Something goth or something.
Yeah.
Colon.
Like a
colon goth.
We should have notes in front of us, but we don't. Is he like
No,
a Conan
it's
villain? Or he just some
Colon,
asshole just popped up.
I don't know.
Gang. What?
Colon goth. Colon goth. I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know. Whatever his name. Okay, I thought he was a dude. That's why I was asking you. you know this guy? Okay, whatever.
Well, he's from the Savage. I don't know. I'm not familiar with his. He might be a Conan.
That's all we know. Some asshole is fucking up shit in the Savage Land. The book starts off with him slicing, Dr. What's his name? Dr. Drum? Dr. Blood? Dr. Voodoo.
Voodoo?
Yeah. Okay. I was going to get around to it eventually. He sliced Dr. Voodoo's throat. Voodoo's bleeding out. Wolverine's fighting a whole bunch of ninjas and shit like that. And they're just chopping his ass up. Swords, arrows, everything like that. He like, that's all you got, bub. Still killing ninjas and shit like that. And as he kills all these ninjas, he's trying to bring, Dr. Voodoo back. And Voodoo, he was like, oh, damn. So this is some cool shit he did. I've never seen Wolverine do this shit before. So apparently he sliced his own hand open. He took his adamantium blade, made an incision across Dr. Voodoo's heart, and stuck his hand on his heart to try to make his blood mix into his heart to try to, heal him.
Yeah, blood transfusion with his
I'm like
his healing factor blood transfusion.
Right. So I'm like, okay, I've never seen that happen before. While he's doing this the whole time, he's still fighting off ninjas with the other hand while he's using the other hand to try to, to heal Dr. Voodoo.
Blocking arrows and shit.
I'm like, that's fucking cool, man. I've never seen, like, all the years we've seen Wolverine do shit, I've never seen him do no shit like that,
Yeah. Well, he says, I like that line. He says, I've held hearts in my hand before, but this is the first time I'm trying to get one to beat again.
That was a cool line. I like that one. Then we cut to Conan. And here's the cool thing about Conan. Remember when he got his face slashed by Wolverine in the last book?
Yeah.
He still has those slash marks on his face. I'm like, okay, that shit's cool. Leave that shit. That shit is cool. It adds character to Conan. So Conan finds that collar goth dude, whatever. He finds him. Steals his amulet. And then disappears. Also, he threw like a Venom symbiote at him. Venom's like everywhere.
Yeah.
So he throws.
Well, he's supposed to be on the team, isn't he?
He's supposed to be on the team, but like Eddie Brock's nowhere. But Venom got thrown into the guy, and he's just around or some shit like that. So yeah.
Yeah, he had like a symbiote in a jar or something.
Yeah,
or in one of his magic jars. And
that's how Conan gets away, because he throws the symbiote at the dude's face, steals his amulet, and then sneaks out.
Yeah.
So
then the symbiote attacks the wizard and shit.
Yeah. So the last part of the book is the Punisher. I don't know if he's transported to the Savage Land or he's still where he's at. Anyway, he's attacked by ninjas also because
I don't understand what the fuck happened.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, I at least know what happened here. So he got attacked by ninjas. The ninjas knocked his ass out. They look at it, and you see on the back it says face front towards enemy, meaning you know it's a claymore. So claymore goes off. But even though I know that's how claymores work, I still think he should still got fucked up anyway.
Now, did he die? Did he get like? So he blew himself up with the ninjas.
No. He didn't blow himself up because it's a claymore. Claymores only explode one way.
Oh, he didn't. So he didn't get fucked up.
No.
Okay, but then he like. I don't know. Okay,
yeah, the ninjas got fucked up. He was fine.
I thought he got blown up too, and then he ended up in some, and he's like, "Where's my?" And he's still alive in another realm or something.
No, because I know that from playing Call of Duty. When you lay down a claymore, it's only going to face one way. So as long as you stand on the other side, you're fine. I'm pretty sure that's not how it works in real life, but in video games,
but this is on his back.
It's on his back, and he exploded. Right. So you think it would be some kind of fuck up, but.
It looks like piss his pants or something.
Something, but it's a claymore. It only explodes one way, kills some ninjas, whatever. He's pissed. Where's his family? The book ends. Still pretty cool story,
Sure.
Wolverine, the panel where Wolverine's got arrows and knives and shit sticking out of him.
That's dope. Yeah.
Yeah, and he's like, "Come on, that's all you got." That was some cool. Just some cool scenery, imagery. I'm gonna still give the book a 4. I'm gonna still give it a 4. Because I'm enjoying this run.
Yeah, it's fine.
And the next issue, on the cover, you see Conan with his sword with venom growing out of it.
Yeah, the symbiote coming on. Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, I mean, this is just junk food. This is, Doritos.
Yeah. That's what you want sometimes.
Yeah, it's just, it's not very filling. Yeah. It doesn't, it's not, not very satisfying, but it just tastes good going down.
You give me a book of Wolverine killing ninjas, you're getting a passing score.
And like Deodato's art is dope, man. I mean, that's basically what's selling this book. I mean, that panel of Wolverine with all the arrows and the sword stuck in them.
Yeah.
I mean, I got a print by Jay Lee or whatever, signed, where it's that one where, it's Wolverine standing with a bunch of swords and shit inside them and shit.
Yeah, but the image look way cooler in this book.
I wish those other panels on the bottom weren't covering it up. I just want that picture.
That should have been a splash page. That should have
been the cover. Yeah.
Yeah, that would have sold that book more. Yeah.
Yeah, that's just dope. So, yeah, it's fine.
Okay.
All right.
I guess you're next. So.
All right. You said you read Deceased, right?
I did.
Okay, well then
You can do it. It's cool.
No, man, I want to take your books because I got other books to talk about.
Okay.
I like Batman Ninja Turtles.
All right, let's go.
Batman Ninja Turtles 3, number 2. So, basically, Krang has been fucking with the fucking multiverse, and he's been blending universes together, and the Turtles are after him, trying to stop this. So this number 2 is basically Raphael and the original Ninja Turtles have invaded this new universe that has blended the DC and the Ninja Turtles universe together. So this is a universe where Batman, when his parents were killed, he was found by Splinter.
Oh, okay.
As a boy, and he was raised with the Turtles as his brothers by Splinter. So it's basically the Ninja Turtles and Batman living in the sewers.
Okay.
Fighting crime and shit. But then Raphael, he's the only one who made it through. Him and the Turtles were fighting Krang because he's been fucking with the universes and shit. And he was the only one to make it through. So he's basically, this is just exposition. He's telling the Turtles of this universe, we got to go stop this motherfucker. And that's basically all that happens. It's fun. It's really cool. The art is dope, and it's got guest artists. Well, not guests. I mean, he created the shit, but it's got the quote unquote real Raphael is in black and white, and it's fucking Kevin Eastman drawing him. So it's got a blending of the fucking two artists. So whenever you see like the real Raphael, he's in black and white, which is basically a throwback to the old Eastman and Laird books when they were in black.
First book, yeah.
Yeah, so this is just dope. I love this shit. I've loved all these Batman Ninja Turtle story arcs. Have you seen the new movie yet?
I haven't seen it. I'm kind of waiting for it to drop on the DC app. Hopefully I get it. But if not,
cool.
I'll probably just go out and just get it. So
it's cool. It's dope. It's a lot of fun. So yeah, this is a 4 out of 5. This is fun. Oh, and I guess I made a mistake last week. I thought that was Krang was inside Bane's body. Mm-hmm. You know, it turns out that's the Anti-Monitor.
Oh, okay. They're going all out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so that makes a lot more sense. Crisis in a Half Shell. So that makes a lot more sense.
Did you make that up, or is that?
No, that's the name of the story.
Okay.
Crisis in a Half Shell. You know, I thought it was Bane, but no, it was the Anti-Monitor. So, you know.
Okay. You just can't just throw the Anti-Monitor out because the Anti-Monitor like exists outside of the multiverse. So wherever he goes, it's always him. Whatever. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Who cares? Okay. Can I talk about Deceased now?
Let's do it.
Okay, you might have to help me out because I kind of forgot everything that happened in this book.
Okay.
Not everything, but most of the part. Okay, the book starts off with Aquaman getting attacked by zombies. Let me just go through the interesting shit that happened. Okay, so basically, Green Arrow, Black Canary, and Green Lantern are having a campfire, like in a Jason movie or some shit like that. Green Lantern leaves. He leaves Black Canary. Did I say it right? Black Canary? Yeah. Black Canary, Green Arrow, they're sitting there having a good time. He goes to the tent, goes to sleep. He turns to a zombie because he gets on the phone because that's how the anti-life equation turns into zombies. So he freaks out, turns to a zombie. He's about to kill Green Arrow. But before he can kill Green Arrow, Black Canary, you know, does her screeching shit and kills him. You know, So Superman was about to, get his family out of there. But I hear a scream. I gotta go. So he flies over there, see what's going on. Since Hal Jordan is dead, his ring flies off his finger and goes to Black Canary because it says that she has no fear. She's worthy of being the Green Lantern. So she shows up. Superman says, okay, you're the Green Lantern? Okay, come with me. So he flies back. When he finally gets back, Damian is on the phone with Batman. And he's like, Batman puts on the Mr. Freeze suit to kind of slow down the infection that he's getting infected with because that's what Mr. Freeze did in the movie with the McGregor syndrome or whatever. So Batman is telling him, I only got a few minutes left before I get infected. You need to do everything you need to do to get out there. Damian, I left something for you. When next time you come to the Batcave, this is going to be the last time we talk. Goodbye. You know, he's like, Father, Dad. You know, he's still on the phone. And then that's when Batman, you know, breaks the Mr. Freeze glass and the infection just finally takes him over. And the first thing he does is run directly towards Alfred, you know, ready to kill Alfred. Alfred got his big ass shotgun. He still hears Damien in the background. Dad. He like, cut the transmission. I don't want to hear Damien to hear what's about to happen next. And he puts the shotgun while Batman's rushing at him. He like, goodbye, my son. Bam! In the story. Like, fuck. Okay. Because I didn't know if this was the Elseworld story or not. Because like I said, it's the same guy that did Injustice. But it's obviously an Elseworld story. But you got Justice League members getting killed off left and right. So, yeah. Let this guy loose. Let this writer leave him in Elseworld stories and let him just run fucking nuts. But I'm trying to see, because I'm thinking this book is going to get even wilder than what we're seeing now. So yeah,
it's a lot of fun.
And that's all it is. It's fun. It's not tied into anything. It's just him just doing whatever.
No, I only have one gripe. I'm a horror guy. I want him to push it, like, you know, it shows.
I think they will.
It doesn't show any like kill scenes, man.
I got you.
I fucking like Harley going and visiting Zombie Joker. You know,
I completely forgot about that. Yeah.
Yeah. You know, hey Puddin', I'm here. Your life is over, and then that's it. And then just cut. She's got her she's got her bat, and that's it. I was like, oh, I would have loved to have seen, you know, Harley run up on the Joker and baseball bat his fucking head.
For the next issue, I think the second of next year. I think we're gonna get. Now, like I said, I don't think there's going to be any kind of like Savage Avengers where, and maybe it should be like that where people getting like ripped apart and stuff like that.
PG-13.
Yeah, they're not going to go full out. This is a PG-13 zombie movie. So
I'm used to reading The Walking Dead where they'll go there. They'll show fucking baseball brains and fucking heads exploding and shit. And that's why I was kind of, you know, oh man, that would be dope. If we see Harley, you know, the bear Jew on fucking Joker. You know what I mean? But it just cuts. It just says our life is over and that's it, you know.
Yeah.
And same thing with at the end when it, you know,
Like we
you know,
didn't even see what Batman did with the Robins. Like did he kill Nightwing or what?
Yeah, and what did that bullet do to Batman? Did it kill Batman? Is Batman dead, or what did it do? It just says bang, and that's it. You know?
So you just want to see Batman's brains all over the ground?
Wouldn't you?
Yes.
Who doesn't want to see that? You know, so. And then they can Scott Snyder the shit. One of his clones takes up because does that exist here?
Yeah, but I think it's going to be like once every generation, or he just do it anytime he feels like it. I don't know.
Just download. Hey, grow one of the Bat clones and bring him back. Bring his ass back. You know, that's issue 3.
Basically. So yeah, I'm honest. Eli, I'm gonna give it a 4.5 out of 5. I know you wanted blood, guts, brains all over the ground, stuff like that. But I'm just loving it that they're letting this guy loose.
There's a lot of cool ideas. I'm digging the story. I'm digging the story. It's just
I wasn't sold on the first issue. This issue sold me when he killed Batman.
Yeah, so. Yeah, a lot of cool shit. All right. Well, since we're on zombies, I will go with big news in the comic world for those who do read The Walking Dead. Now this got spoiled for me.
Okay.
So fuck it. I can't really spoil it because it got spoiled already. Rick Grimes is dead.
Oh.
Huge news.
Oh wow.
Big deal. It's huge. But like I said, it got spoiled for me. I mean, it got like they were leaking this shit like even before the comic came out. People were talking about like leaking the cover and all this shit.
Right.
So now I've been reading The Walking Dead. So in the last issue he got shot. But they kind of left it open ended, like maybe he's not dead because it's Rick Grimes. He's the star of the book. He's survived a lot of shit thus far. You know what I mean?
Right.
So they kind of left it like maybe he's still alive. But no, this issue, bam, he's dead. Carl walks in on him and he's a zombie. And Carl has to shoot him.
Wow.
Carl is the son. Yeah.
Right.
So this issue is basically a tribute to Rick. And I've been following The Walking Dead. I still read the comics, and I've been actually digging on this whole New World Order story arc that's been going on with the Commonwealth. Introducing this town that's almost like a military state. And it protects like the privileged 1%. And there's been like the Civil War brewing, and Rick and Michonne and his whole crew, they're caught in the center of it, and they're trying to maintain peace and all that. So this storyline has been making a lot of, parallels to real world issues such as classism and the complacency of the populace who will just, sort of stand idly by as corruption takes hold of the world. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So when this happened, it kind of was like, what the hell? Why are you killing the main character off right now? And to tell you the truth, I didn't really feel anything. I don't know why. It's really weird. And maybe because it was spoiled, because everyone said it was going to happen.
Yeah.
But, I didn't feel anything. I mean, I remember when they killed off like Glenn and Andrea and Lori and Tyrese. I mean, I was moved.
But I guess you're saying they weren't spoiled, so.
Yeah, but I didn't really feel anything. I mean, I felt more shocked when Rick killed Dwight a few issues back. I was like, damn, that came out of nowhere. And I was like, whoa, that's some fucked up shit, Mm-hmm. But this, I mean, I will admit I was shocked, that Carl had to put him down and all that. But I was just still kind of confused, like, where do you kind of go from here? I mean, Rick was the main character. Like, I guess they've always teased that Carl is the future of this story, but I don't know. We'll see. I guess I kind of felt indifferent, or maybe it hasn't hit me yet. I don't know. So I'll give it a 3.8 out of 5. Not quite 4, not quite a 3. I mean, there's some
main character only gets a 3.8. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's the thing. Like I said, I mean, it's beautifully written. There's his funeral scene. It's very well done. It shows all the characters reacting and all that. I just, it was just weird. I didn't feel anything. It didn't move me like I thought it would. So kind of weird. Yeah. So.
Okay.
Yeah, that's The Walking Dead number 192, The Death of Rick Grimes. Rest in peace, Rick Grimes.
For 200.
Yeah, yeah,
That's right. It's right there.
yeah. It's just like this story arc was. I guess when I think about it, I mean, they were sort of hyping up Rick because he kind of made the peace. I mean, shit was starting to brew, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Rick kind of made this like sort of speech that sort of, calm tensions and shit.
Mm-hmm.
And they were just saying like issue or two, like was it last issue? It was last issue. We're like, Rick, you've always been a leader. You've always known what to do, and people follow you. You've always maintained the peace, and you've always like balanced these two worlds, the old and the new so it was like a celebration of his life, the last issue. And so when you got shot, it was like, oh shit, what the fuck? And I must say there was a moment in this comic that I thought was pretty well done where Carl confronts the kid who shot his dad, and he's like, yo, man, you killed my dad. You're a fucking piece of shit. I really want to fucking kill you. But my dad fought for a better world, a more civilized world. And for that reason, I'm going to leave you alive, and I'm going to sit here and watch you rot in jail for the rest of your life, because that's what my dad would have wanted. So that was a great moment,
Okay.
So, yeah. But as far as, the rest, I was like, I thought I would be a little bit more, I would feel a little more about it. You know what I mean? I guess I just felt confused more. Like, well, they just killed Rick. Why?
I don't know.
Yeah.
All right.
So there's that.
Shoot. Any more books we got? Or
are you done?
Yeah, I only read 3.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll do this Thumbs.
Okay, cool.
Thumbs by Image. Sean Lewis and Hayden Sherman. So this is just a weird sci-fi futuristic tale where kids are being raised by technology. And it's this, and the way the story unfolds is really cool. You don't really know what's happening when you first start reading it. This kid is being rushed to an emergency room by his friend, and they go through all this futuristic, VR scans, and then it flashes back to a few years prior, where this billionaire is giving away free tech and gaming equipment and software to poor, underprivileged kids, And those who excel at these games, they kind of get a scholarship to this prestigious school. Only it turns out that these kids are being trained for this billionaire's army, and they're trying to take over the world.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So it's kind of like Cobra from G.I. Joe.
It's kind of like the X-Men, but it's like realistically.
Yeah. Training these kids through gaming simulation, in hopes of world domination. You know what I'm saying? So pretty cool concept. My kid was actually checking it out. He was actually thinking it was kind of cool. But yeah, the book, it makes this commentary on.
It's kind of a power fantasy.
Yeah. Yeah. And it has this whole commentary on like technology and kids being raised by technology and even being addicted to technology, right, and how that can be exploited. So it kind of reminded me of Ready Player One.
How these video games are like raised and trained child soldiers, like Call of Duty and all these war games.
Yeah. And
like
it kind of
desensitizing us to violence,
Yeah, I mean, it raises all those issues, and it kind of reminded me of like Ready Player One meets The Last Starfighter. You know what I mean? And the art was really cool. The art style was kind of like Deadly Class. Kind of reminded me of the Deadly Class comic, which I'm really digging. So yeah, this is a 4 out of 5. I really dug this shit. So.
Ooh, Thumbs. First issue, right?
Thumbs, yeah. Thumbs number 1.
Pretty interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
So
a Black Mirror episode, have you?
It sounded like a Black Mirror episode. It'll probably happen sooner or later. So, shoot, that's all we got.
That's all I got.
Cool. All I got. All right. So, like I said, if you listen this long, definitely like, share, subscribe. We have our other podcasts. We have Geek Saf, our sister podcast. They're gonna do stuff on there. Comic Cast, and like I said, has invited us over.
Come out to play.
Right. They have challenged us to a loser goes home match. So, like I said, we're gonna start this promo very soon.
I listened to their episode.
Uh-huh.
They said we got to do some Tennessee toga party or some shit they were saying.
I must have missed that.
Tennessee, yeah, backyard brawl or something.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's
let's just do
basically
an
a fixed match.
old-fashioned TLC match. Bring the steel chairs. I'm ready.
And it's happening in Tennessee. So I just hope we don't get pulled over on the way.
But they got a better. No. They invited us over.
Yeah. Just don't call the cops on us, y'all. I better bring all my IDs before they deport my ass.
Right.
Bringing my driver's license, my social security card, my birth certificate.
Right. Yeah, make sure my windows are tinted before I go. No, that's definitely put me over then. What other podcast? Oh, we got Hoodoo TV. We have This Geeks and Comics. We have Get Valiant still going strong. Talking Vols is right around the corner. They're gonna knock us back down to number 2. That's another one. Pop. This Geekend update. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there's a new one. This Geekend update. Shout out to William Pace. He doesn't know it yet, but he's starting a podcast also. Yeah, I was trying to tell him this what you're doing, you're podcasting. But anyway, next week we'll come with some weirder stuff. We don't know what's gonna happen. It's a long. Oh, damn, Eli, I don't know what we're gonna do next week.
Yeah, man.
We'll talk. We'll figure it out. I'm going on vacation, but I might not take a vacation. We'll see what happens. Until then, this is Leroy.
This is Eli.
And we'll talk to you guys next week. Same bully time, same bully channel.
Cool.